Call to order. Land acknowledgement. We respectfully acknowledge the Bay-Westfield exists in traditional Woolston Way land, the lands of the Wabanaki people, are recognized in a series of peace and friendship treaties to establish an ongoing relationship of peace, friendship, and mutual respect between equal nations. The river that runs by our town is known as the Woolston. Along with the Woolston, we, the people of the beautiful and bountiful river. We, the staff and elected representatives, pay respect to the elders, past and present, and descendants of this land. Item 2, let the record reflect that we have full attendance tonight. Item 3, can I have a motion to accept as presented the PAC meeting minutes and correspondence of February 3rd, 2025?
So moved.
Second. Motion carried. Item 4, can I have a motion to receive and file regular council meeting minutes of January 27th and February 24th, 2025?
So moved.
Seconded.
I'll second.
Motion carried. Chairman has no remarks tonight. Can I have a motion to receive and file building permit reports February and March 2025?
So moved.
Seconded. Motion carried. Item 7. Subdivision plan, Jenny Glue, subdivision phase 2, lot 2, 25.2, Crandall Road, PID number 303-50631. Reference subdivision, 1 new lot, land for public purpose, application dated March 12th, 2025. B, development officer report dated March 27th, 2025. Email from Douglas Clue. Is the applicant present? If so, please approach the podium and state your name and address and give a brief description of the application put forth to the planning department. I don't believe anybody is here. Can I have a motion to move that the planning advisory committee grant approval for the following variance to the town of Bay-Westfield zoning bylaw number PD 009 for the creation of 1 new building lot out of PID 303-50631 fronting Crandall Road. A, grant a variance of 9.4 meters to reduce the required frontage from 55 meters to 45.6 meters on the remnant lot 22-1. And B, recommend the council to accept $774.74 of money in lieu of land for public purposes for the creation of 1 new building lot out of PID number 303-50631 on Crandall Road with approval of the final subdivision plan by the development officer to the subject to recording of the new civic number 91 on lot 25-02. Motion, please. So moved. Seconded by?
Second.
Questions on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Item 8. Variance application 11 Pamnac Road, PID number 303-29783. Reference variance setback fence. A, Robert and Tracy Mumford application dated March 2025. And B, planning officer's report dated March 27th, 2025. Is the applicant present? If so, please approach the podium and state your name, address, and give a brief description of the application put forth to the planning advisory committee, please. Evening.
Hi. So, we'd like to put a new fence around the property.
State your name and your
Oh,
address,
I'm Robert.
just for the record.
I'm Tracy Mumford.
Hi.
So we're looking to put a fence around our property, and we have a big hill that drops down into our property. So with a setback at 17 feet from the curb and 5 feet beyond that, it puts us in the middle of that big down slope in our yard. So we would like to put it on top of the hill, because we have shrubs and trees and things planted on that hill. And
Fence isn't gonna stand in the middle of a hill.
no, the installer actually suggested that we put it on top of the hill,
Yeah.
just for the stability of the fence.
And
So that's basically the short and the long is it. I mean, there's nothing that would obstruct anything from.
it's a wire fence, it's not like going to be a wall, you know, it's.
Yeah, you're on one-way streets.
Yeah.
Are there any questions for the applicant?
Not a question, Mr. Chair, but just a statement. I made a site visit to the property yesterday, and it's a very reasonable request. That's a very steep hill.
It is, yeah, it is, and it doesn't look like much of a hill now, but in the summer, you know, when you have the green and the colors and everything, it'd be a shame to block that.
For 25 years, we've been trying to make it appealing aesthetically from our house, so we can't see the road. So we're still working on it.
All right. Any other questions for the applicant?
And we're new grandparents, so we're hoping.
Hoping to keep him or her contained.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Is there anyone to speak in opposition of the application? Is there anyone to speak in opposition of the application? Is there anyone to speak in opposition of the application? If not, can I have a motion to move that the Planning Advisory Committee grant approval for the following variance to the Town of Grand Bay zoning bylaw PD 009 for the construction of a new 1.5 meter, 5 foot high chain link fence to be located at 11 Pembinack Road, PID 303-50631. Grant a variance of 1.35 meters to reduce required setback along the street line on Woolston Drive from 1.5 meter to 0.15 meter. The motion, please.
So moved.
Second it?
I'll second.
Questions on the motion? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Okay. You'll be communicating with David. Thank you. Item 9, subdivision plan 500607 NB Limited Subdivision Lot 25-1. Reference subdivision, 2 new lots, Colonel Nace Boulevard out of PID 221218, various application, lot frontage. A, application dated, and B, planning officer's report. Is the applicant present? If so, please approach the podium and state your name and address and give a brief description of the application put forth to the Planning Advisory Committee, please.
Hello, Mr. Chair, Andrew Beal, Lawrence Long Road, St. John. We are the originators of this application, however, it was submitted by a third party. PID 22128 was in front of the PAC recently, and we are looking for the variance for the lot frontage for the recent subdivision application.
Okay. Is there any questions for the applicant? All right, if that's the case, we'll just move on. Is there anyone to speak in opposition of the application? Is there anyone to speak in opposition of the application? Is there anyone to speak in opposition of the application? If not, can I have a motion to move that the Planning Advisory Committee grant approval for the following variance to the Town of Bay-Westfield zoning bylaw number PD 009 for the creation of 2 new building lots out of old PID 221218, fronting Colonel Nace Boulevard, as shown on the tentative subdivision plan 500607 NB Limited subdivision dated February 18, 2025, prepared by Don Moore Surveys and Engineering. C, grant a variance of 18.4 meter to reduce required frontage on lot 25-1 from 55 meters to 36.6. D, grant a variance of 25 meters to reduce required frontage on lot 25-3 from 55 meters to 30 meters. And E, grant a variance of 18.9 meters to reduce required frontage on lot 25-2 from 55 meters to 36.1 meters. With recording civic numbers on the final plan as number 260 for lots 25-1, 270 for lot 25-3, and number 280 for lot 25-2. Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second?
Second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Item 10, can I have a motion to adjourn the planning advisory committee meeting at 7:41 p.m.?
So
You bet. Second? Second? Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody.